Bene, ritrovati su Disco Elysium, in cui oggi parleremo sicuramente con i gemelli e poi andremo sull'isola per, credo il finale. Andiamo prima che sono a dire i gemelli. Siete stati sull'isola, giusto? Sì, quella.
Nothing. It's just a seafort and some plants. You can take a raft there. It's great. And we make a fire. We make a fire.
A fire.
Mhm.
Hello?
Gather the sticks for the fire and bullets. Or not real bullets, empty bullets. They're alive. The fire guy comes and asks us to put the fire out.
Your nerve endings sting from the mention of a guy.
Qualcuno vive nell'isola?
No. Yes.
Let's go with yes.
Perché lui il ragazzo del fuoco, diciamo?
Because he asks to put the fire out.
Ok. Perché l'ha fatto?
I don't know. He doesn't like it. He don't like people to be there. You shouldn't go.
A parte che dice I don't. Ed è una cosa divertente come di recente ho scoperto che esiste un accento, no aspetta cos'è, un dialetto che parla in terza persona con don't. Non lo so, vabbè, l'inglese, bah, come ti giri, tutti lo parlano in modo diverso, quindi vabbè. Forse è per quello che dicono che lo parli in modo strano, che sembrano abbastanza normali comunque.
Yes.
Hai menzionato qualcosa per quanto riguarda le luci?
I don't know.
Did you mean there are electrical lights?
Yes.
C'è qualcos'altro che potete dirmi riguardo questa persona? Età?
No, he doesn't live there. I don't think. No, he lives there. Been there twice, 2 times. He doesn't live there. He isn't there sometimes.
A volte non c'è.
Anything else? What does this guy look like?
I don't know. We ran.
No.
He just yelled. We shouldn't be there. Our father killed himself.
E la madonna.
Don't say that. He didn't.
Magari gli do un pugno. Oh. Come stesse per piangere. Tuo padre non si è ucciso.
I don't know. Doesn't even have anything to do with this, you. Father isn't the fire guy.
Tutto ciò che sai? C'è qualcosa che puoi dirmi riguardo all'isola?
Lights, fire guy. We should check up on that island.
Ah, dovete essere i gemelli di Lillian.
Lily's mom.
La piccola Lily è vostra sorella?
Yes. Yes.
It doesn't look like he knows what that means.
Oh. C'è un uomo. Vabbè, l'uomo fuoco là. Ha paura del fuoco. Ah, vabbè, magari perché sono bambini che giocano col fuoco. Cioè,
Be careful out there.
potrebbe stare. Un veterano di guerra, tipo. L'isola dovrebbe essere un campo. C'erano le rovine, hanno detto, no? Sarà tipo un campo di. Come dire. Di guerra, come dire, no? Più o meno. Magari è quello.
A skiff with a small steering engine in the back floats on the calm mirror. Once you get in, that's it. One pull of the starter handle and you're off into the bay. A strange trepidation comes over.
Sei sicuro che puoi andare
Have
adesso?
you made all the necessary preparations? closed all your accounts? Remember what the net picker said. It's a small tank. You won't be going back and forth on this.
Ok. Qui c'è anche il dialogo di tipo non puoi tornare indietro. Allora. Allora, questo qua io non ho la più pallida idea. Things down here are a mess. We don't really how to do something about it. First though, you and some other moralists should probably form a committee to decide whose job it is. Come up with a suitable location for a giant antenna. Antenna, vabbè, come cavolo. Boh. La risposta che do boh. Però sopra quell'edificio non sarebbe stato male. Questo si fa lì perché dobbiamo andare sull'isola. Karaoke non lo possiamo fare. Il tape. Walk back to the canal and see if you can find any tapes that could work as a melody. Boh. Questo non abbiamo fatto. Sono le uniche missioni che in realtà devo fare qui.
Remember what the net...
What? Fine, why not?
Very cool. Now, Sad FM is a radio station specializing in sad, slow rock songs.
Get in and ride to the Highlands.
Frequency by heart.
Non penso ci sia altro da fare qua. Sì, a parte quelle queste, ma vabbè. Ok.
Want to be free. Want to be free. It will last forever. Eternally. Want to be free. Want to be free. It will last forever. Want to be free. Want to be free. It will last
The boat comes to a slow stop. The lieutenant turns the engine off. In the silence, A sputter of wings. A flock of quails takes off in the distance.
Let's go.
Bene. Ecco ah, posso tornare indietro? Non
The
credo.
skiff is swaying on the
Ah, invece sì.
by the dock.
Ma che è sto scammo allora? Lo facciamo dopo allora la missione. Molto suggestivo comunque tutto il viaggetto. Che cazzo è sta roba? Petrolio, tipo?
The chain trails off into the ocean, connecting the island to the supply depot.
Ah, yes. So it seems. For bringing munitions to the island, maybe? And supplies? You could
As a defensive measure, lock it
Lucky
off.
from moon.
enemies. Enemies of the commune of Revachol. They see for
Infiammabile, infatti. Che sto suono?
The dry grass crackles under your feet as you stop. Far away, birds' wings touch the still surface of the sea.
Where is that flutter?
The flock of quail departs, now more than 100 meters away. 102, 105.
Flock of quail. Voglia, pensate un bel cacciatore qua.
On the
Ok, non è
islet,
detto.
there is almost no wind.
Non c'è vento.
Light movement of air through the reeds.
Solo del leggero movimento dell'aria.
Swaying on the waterline. Long dried leaves chafing against each other.
Kim.
Yes?
This is where a lesser man would stop to think about the pain shooting up his right leg and into his groin. Not you. You're
È
concentrating.
davvero silenzio.
It is. Is that why we are stopping?
Devo ascoltare un'altra cosa.
The lieutenant nods.
A
Inside,
ovest.
a silent hiss. Sea air
Pine
moving.
tree. Boh.
The faraway roar of the city. Distant like
Casino
a
della città.
Before it, the sound of sand. The low tide filtered
Davanti.
a low hum. The air slowly moves through a concrete box.
Ancora più
The
avanti.
air flows out of a pillbox window. There is very little there. The air cossets flowers on the meadow. Absolute
Al di
silence.
sotto del silenzio.
Col de Mama Dakwa.
Ah, madonna. Old mamma. Quello lì. ICM. ICM. You see a star with little specks in it. Leggere e tradurre allo stesso modo è un po'. Un attimo confondere. Wow. Sono dei meccanismi che tipo adesso si sognano. Quello che poi davvero poco che abbiamo visto lì nelle città. Sembra davvero quasi il futuro. Quindi. Libri di fantascienza. Piatti. Candele. Moth bitten bad shit. Keeps them out. Ok, vabbè. Non suona morse,
And
morsicchiate.
magazines lie scattered on the floor, and on a makeshift most are soft covers. Serialized fantastique and
Niente di
depictions of
importante.
man versus nature by amateur naturalists.
Niente di
Among
importante.
what is mostly commercial fiction and serialized stories.
Someone's made themselves a home.
Questo sì. Concettualizzazione. Allora, concettualizzazione. Vediamo se abbiamo. No? Guardiamo male. Mi sa che li guardiamo male. Sì, ma tanto è pure impossibile da fare come tiro, quindi. Vediamo.
Soft covers, serialized
7%.
fantastique and detect. Not that you can tell.
Niente.
Maybe it's a little old-fashioned. Soft covers.
Questi libri. Ah, è tutto stessa roba, ok. Un letto.
There's a greasy old spring mattress in the
Un
corner,
greasy.
resting on piles
Un
of
po' di
soft
grasso.
cover books. White linen and a pillow.
Macchiato più che altro.
Worn out caracal blanket.
Someone has been squatting here.
Mhm.
The linen is fresh, recently washed.
Pensi che chiunque abbia dormito qui sia...
Force the rest of the sentence out through pain, thick as molasses. No longer.
You know, officer, you can rest here if you are feeling tired. I will keep watch. You could use some rest for what's ahead.
Perché devo dormire? Ah, just an hour. Vabbè.
You face the concrete wall. There's less light there in the dark corner.
Curl up with your knees close to your chest. Accovacciati con le ginocchia
The
sul
blanket
petto.
feels cold. The entire room does. Concrete and cold. Minutes pass. Half an hour maybe. The sounds of the sea beyond grow distant. Your eyelids close until you feel yourself standing up in the darkness, right next to the mattress. Slowly, the world begins to hatch from the blackness. It's evening.
Evening.
Sleep.
Devi aver dormito tantissimo. E non mi ha svegliato qui. Dov'è? Oddio, aspetta, ma ha dormito. Non è una cosa da sottovalutare. Il tenente non è qui, ma è fuori sulla spiaggia. Ah, là. Can't get in. Come vado nella spiaggia se non posso accedere alle porte? Non posso interagire con le porte. Non sto capendo. Lu? Ma non lo posso aprire. Guarda qua. E qui? Che cazzo è game? Go down to the chain, there's something there. Walk into the water now. What? In che senso? You see her footprints on the air? What? Ah, è un sogno. Questo non riesce a dormire.
Dolorous day, the innocence of humanism, internationalism,
What the
and
fuck?
the welfare state turns around to face you. She has an airship airbag in her hand. She seems to be in a hurry. Okay, don't say you need to talk right away. Melt the ice first. This way you're already talking, but you don't even want to talk to her. She would only be cold and mean. Let her go. Let her go? This is the holy queen of the territories of Muindi and Insulinda. Think of the historic knowledge we could glean. This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to win her back.
Hey,
Where are you going, doing?
I'm doing really good, actually. Both professionally and romantically. I've come to a fulfilling and peaceful period in my life. Well, how are you doing, Harry?
Harry? Mi conosce? Sono nella mia testa. Insomma.
Don't say that. I know this positive thing sounds stupid to you, Harry, but it works. We all have an obligation to be happy. You too. And you will be. Now.
This is everything I always warned you about.
Dove stai andando?
I'm going to Morova. To live there, in Grad. It's 1 million kilometers away, Harry. Might as well be another lifetime.
Ne sa. Cosa ti fai nella borsa?
Just my scepter, my globe cruciger, a spare silk gown, a toothbrush, travel documents, the crown of immortality.
Non posso zoomare. Non la stai già indossando?
Oh, this. This is just a wreath. The crown of immortality is made of rarefied light, mana and raw palladium. It was passed on to me by the rulers of late antiquity.
She looks at the suitcase, not knowing what more to say. Then, over her shoulder.
Anyway,
C'è qualcosa di strano.
I'm sorry. I was heading to the aerodrome. I just don't have time to...
She means she doesn't have time to tend to your emotions.
You don't have time? You don't have time to tend to my emotions?
She sighs and looks over her shoulder. What are you doing? Stop saying things like that.
Per rimanere per un attimo, dobbiamo parlare. We need to have one more massive episode. What? Davvero l'ultimo...
No, Harry.
Oh, su.
I don't want a massive epic showdown. I want to go to the aerodrome. I have tickets for the 10:20 flight to Morova. Really, we don't have anything to talk about anymore. Every combination of words has been played out. The atoms don't form us anymore. Us, our love, our unborn daughters.
Unborn daughters.
It's all gone. I have to go to the aerodrome. I have to leave Revachol and you. And you have to be alone. In hell. Forever. That's just the way it is.
Oh God, whatever you do, don't try to kiss her yet. Not after that. You're still reeling. You'll fall over if you try now.
Oh, ho comprato questa statuetta senza testa del rider là di Fallen. Minchia, vedi adesso di quello devo usare,
I
madonna.
don't want it. It looks expensive. I don't want it.
Pensavo ti facessero le statuette.
That's not what figurines do, Harry.
She looks at the headless Found Rider between your fingers and doesn't know what to say. The figurines don't do anything? Anything at all?
Lei le piacevano i giochi di guerra e le statuette? Allora sono miniature più che statuette, ok. Giusto.
Yes, I thought it would be good. A form of communication where words are found. Yes, it was a good idea, but she felt obliged by the headless Found Rider to give you things in return. Things she no longer wants to give you. So she refused. That's how it goes. Your figurine rider idea was naive.
Cosa ne pensi del dado? Di un dado?
Harry, I don't want things. I want to go to the aerodrome.
Non ti
I
darò
didn't
niente.
ask for things. It's too late to give me anything. I would have liked the headless Fallen Rider back then.
Back then. Non arriva una cinquina, tipo.
With your feet trembling from the steps you took, tepid and fearful, you stand against her. her body close to you, radiating warmth. With your eyes closed, you move your lips on her mouth. She is not kissing you back.
Non c'è tanto da dire e fare qua, sinceramente.
The moment is ending. She is going to move her face away from yours.
Però non è nemmeno arrabbiata, non capisco.
Trying hard not to look at you. When she withdrew and you held on to her hand, she tried not to look at your face and see the expression there. Brother, you should put me in front of a firing squad. I have no words for how I failed you.
Why didn't you... Perché non mi avevi baciata?
Why did you do that to yourself? You know I don't cheat, Harry. I never cheated on you.
Come dire? Mi hai baciato, vabbè di no.
Breathes out heavily, as if something painful has passed through her, and shakes her head.
Pensavo l'avresti fatto, che ancora mi amassi.
She shakes her head one more time. The evening wind rustles her hair, blowing old newspapers and fast food wrappings down the street.
No, Harry. Not yet. There is one more thing you have to see. I'm pregnant.
What? È mio?
Of course not.
Ah.
I terminated yours.
Ah?
Don't you remember? You poor fuck. Poverty-stricken fuck. Now, go ahead. Ask me more questions. Let's talk about something else.
No, this has to end. Do the last one. More questions. Ask more.
Ma questo non è... Mm, mm,
It's not. But
il modo corretto in cui dovrebbero andare le cose. Dimmi che c'è qualcosa di buono.
I don't know why I said but. There is no but.
Tutto qua?
That's it, yes. We've talked about it a million times. You will get over it, just like I did. People do. Things will get good for you again.
Capisco chi sia, ma non capisco il perché. In un certo senso. Hai ragione, non mi ricordo nemmeno chi tu sia.
See? It just takes some time. For you, it will take something like 20 years, maybe? It was hard for me, too. I used to think I couldn't live without you. But I can.
She keeps her shoulders squared and her back straight. But it's clear you're still making her sad. It's not. It's just not possible. It's like eating rocks.
20 anni.
You just can't.
Così tanto tempo.
Yes. It only took me 1 year, maybe 2. Phew.
Quindi ti sei sentito allo stesso modo una volta? Che non puoi vivere senza di me?
Yes. But that time is gone now. So very gone.
La tua innocenza... Ah, vai. Vostra innocenza Dolores Day, mi dispiace per averti reso triste.
It's okay.
Con tutte le mie forze non posso, è come mangiare... Ah,
There is a silence. She looks at you, then over her shoulder, then corrects the wreath on the dome of her forehead. As you talk, it feels like chewing on gravel, granite, steel bars.
withdraw? No, non deve essere così, possiamo riprovare.
No, Harry. We've
Perché?
already tried again and it didn't work.
Abbiamo già provato e non ha funzionato.
Is that how it is now? We should just try all good things twice and then give up. By that logic, not you too.
Cosa è andato distorto quando ci abbiamo riprovato?
I don't know. Please.
Perché non possiamo stare insieme?
Harry, we can't be together because you're insane.
She avoids turning them to you.
Pazzo in che senso? Nel senso, pazzo in modo figo? Nel fare cose pazze?
They're turning moist now. Her eyes. She slowly shakes her head and tries to get hold of herself, brushing her hands in her gown.
Cosa intendi per folle?
You know what I mean.
Butterò la cravatta via, tanto ha smesso di parlare.
What do you mean, stop saying things?
Non parla più oramai. Penso che c'è qualcosa... Ok, penso fosse qualcosa che avesse a che fare con la cravattino, non lo so come... cravattino. Ma non l'ho fatta, adesso è
It's
morto.
not about some tie, Harry. You've worked there for so long you can't even talk like a normal person anymore.
You worked there for so long.
Questions? Did someone say questions?
I don't have a list.
This is another list, isn't it? It's not just the lists. You get sad, Harry. Too sad. People can't get that sad. It's impossible to watch. Other people get sad too, but not like you. You stay down for years, and then you start beating things. You get violent. In conclusion, you're ill. You're an old, insane man. And you have to be in hell until the end of your life. And I have to go to Morova.
Non sei nemmeno umana.
I am actually very ordinary, Harry. Below this gown and wreath, I have an ordinary soul and ordinary thoughts.
L'unica cosa inumana di me è
This
questa.
thing you've made me into. I'm sorry for saying so, but I just hate it. What is this? This is so far gone, Harry. I don't even...
Sei speciale, avevi dei polmoni luminescenti.
My lungs do not glow, Harry. I am just like all the others. None of us have glowing lungs. Stop making me into some kind of...
Then it's you. You will make her lungs glow. Your pain is not meaningless.
Che cazzo vuol dire, scusami? La seconda frase è tipo inquietantissima. Anche la terza. Anche la quarta. Ho dimenticato che sei incinta. Ah, posso conviverci, diciamo.
Harry, I don't need you to forgive. It's a good thing for me. It's good news. Why aren't you smiling more?
Ho la sensazione che tu non sei la vera Dolores Day.
I don't know what you mean. Dolores Day?
Tu sei la ex qualcosa?
Wasn't I Dolores Day just a second ago? Now I'm the X thing? You're confusing me. Look, I have to be at the Lausanne Aerodrome at 10:20 p.m. I still have a light rail to catch. I haven't even bought the tickets yet.
We all told you, Everyone warned you. That's the
Zitta,
problem.
di buono.
Look at what's pouring out of you.
I'm glad too, but I have to go. My friends are waiting for me on the platform. I can't let them wait. It's impolite.
What?
Non dire niente.
She does not look back. Instead, eyes her fingernails.
You're the morning.
The evening wind blows in.
The morning? I don't understand.
I'm grieving, but you're not even dead.
Oh my god, Harry, stop. I don't want to hear anything about the morning. I can't do that anymore. I'm not 80 years old, I'm 32. People my age are not supposed to mourn.
32. Io ho 50 anni, se non ricordo male. 20 anni dopo, no? Ripensandoci, tu sei Dolores Day. Insomma. Anche di una scimmia cattiva non penso sia...
Yes, Harry, I am. Things have gotten much better for me, now that I am the ruler of the known world. Oh god, it's already so late. I have to go, Harry.
Questa è la conversazione che lui ha avuto 20 anni prima con la moglie quando l'ha lasciato.
A tiny golden watch with red straps around her bony little wrist.
Mi ha detto che è un'anima enorme, come dire. Che tornerai sempre
We
per
both said
questo.
a lot of things. We were very young.
It was her. I can feel it. I can see it in her tender, long fingers, in her wrists. Her hand wrote it, said those things.
Non
We
importa
will
più.
always have what was. I will always be influenced by it.
Non
I
andare.
have to, Harry. Really, I've already missed the 8:30. I'm gonna go now.
I was wrong. You don't have power over her anymore. You shouldn't have said that. I am wrong about everything. You should go on without me.
Cosa c'è a Mirova?
Light, life, culture. It's so much better than here. Everything here reminds me of you and the horrible times we had. The nights we stayed up fighting for our dying love. I have to wipe it all off me and be clean again. I want to be a good person again. Not this. Not what you made me into.
Ho giurato che non ti avrei lasciato andare. Me l'hai detto e me l'hai chiesto.
That was someone else. I betrayed her, overwrote her, and I'm happier for it. And I'm really going now. The time is up. I must be on the 10:20 flight.
Ci rivedremo di nuovo?
I won't see you, but you will see me.
Come?
Oh, Harry. This is a dream. Can't you see? I'm already in Morova by now. Who knows how long ago this happened? A year? 2? 5 years ago?
Come potrò rivederti?
Right here, tomorrow night. Once this dream starts happening, it keeps happening. 3 times a week, at least. And Harry, it really, really looks like it started happening again. There's the video rental. I'm suffocatingly beautiful and young. And I smell of tutti frutti chewing gum, like I did that time when I asked you for forgiveness. After leaving you the first time, so long ago.
Intollerabilmente... cosa terribile.
Oh yes, this is real darkness. It's not death or war or child molestation. Real darkness has love for a face. The first death is in the heart, Harry. See you tomorrow.
You're up quick. How was your sleep?
Risolviamo sto cazzo di caso.
You sure you're okay? You try. Okay.
He's still worried. You must have really thrashed and squealed in your sleep.
Oh. Mi chiedo più che altro tutto il set della Feyweather come si ottenesse, però vabbè.
An old cylindrical generator. The lieutenant
Altro è
puts his
l'elmo, la
hand
cosa
on
più
the
strana.
metal barrel, checking for warmth.
It's cold now, but someone has been maintaining.
Pour fuel into the
Wiring has
tank.
been repaired.
The lieutenant assists you, holding the canister up.
Oddio, la roba che non ho venduto.
Tilt. Dark brown, viscous fluid pours. There's a red starter switch on the side of the cylinder.
Pull the rope.
The recoil start wakes the old generator up. The machine sputters like an old warhorse.
That should do it.
Dove portano questi cavi?
Downstairs, somewhere.
The tank is far from full, but there should be enough inside to keep it going for a day.
Ok. Quindi per un giorno andrà. Però di cannone di lungo calibro. Beh, una zona di guerra, dico.
You see a small
Cosa
metal
c'è dall'altra parte?
Another part of the island, probably. The lock looks like it could still be usable.
Come l'apriamo?
Maybe this is one of the doors we don't open.
He's right. It would be better to open its big brother. A powerful engine hangs under the ceiling. It must control the blast door.
All right, I retract my statement. It was naive. Let's look around and get it open.
Ok, lì ce ne andiamo. Aspetta. Che è una roba tipo... esatto. Botola, ecco, mi viene in termine.
Flicks off the monoblock aluminium cabinet.
Passa le dita sopra la tastiera.
These rattle like teeth. This keyboard hasn't been functional.
Cos'è questa roba
The
allora?
console of an anti-computation device. The
Può
generator.
aprire la blaster, ma come la traduce? Mi viene in termine.
I think, yes. Let's see. That one. The emergency open.
Push, light, interior.
The lighting in the room turns on with a sizzle.
Slide, radio, dial.
The dial slides under the glass, dark and silent. The blast
Okay.
door opens with a series of clicks. A shaft of light appears, then widens as the light shines in.
Ok. Dai, mi devo vedere tutta l'animazione, dai. E niente.
After you.
What's
I
there?
don't know. Don't worry. I have a gun. I know. It was not easy to acquire.
Sì, ma non ho proiettili. Quindi stati calmo. Non ti chiami Harry, per favore. Cosa faccia? Mi sembra più... a condizioni meno pietose. Come dire. No! Non capite se qui stanno da una parte secondaria o è la parte primaria. A rubber dinghy, split, vabbè, che cavolo. Un gommone, tipo. Sono gli stessi fiori che c'erano sul tetto di...
An old man
Il
wearing
disertore.
tracksuit trousers leans on the frame stock of his rifle. He gathers a big ball of spit in his mouth,
Big ball of schifo.
then spits it out into the extinguished fire before him.
Ah,
He raises his black eyes, hooded by creased eyelids, to meet yours, unclouded by cataracts. His eyesight is sharp. He's practically tearing up from spite. Hatred got the best of him a long time ago. This man hates everything.
e tu l'uomo di fuoco?
The what now? I can't hear you.
Hai detto recentemente a 2 bambini di spegnere il fuoco? 2 gemelli.
I may have. All sorts of little rats have come sniffing around, trying to give up the position. Fire guy. Regressive bourgeoisie henchman. Can't even talk like a grown-up.
Hai mantenuto la tua vista.
My eyesight? Yes. Helps me see all the shit.
Hai chiuso la blast door?
I did. And you opened it. How?
Ho riempito il generatore.
I should have burned that console down.
Come facevo a sapere che stavo arrivando?
Reactionary rock and roll music. Playing on the water.
Told you we shouldn't play sad FM.
Era figa.
The fascists were right
And
about
the-
rock and roll. It is degenerate. Hip gyrating.
Una bella arma.
It's not nice. It's a piece of shit. But it gets the job done.
È una bella magreve, quella roba lì, bella e magreve.
It's a 3-Angong 446.
Southeast Samarin made. Exotic. Must be defunct too. No modern rifle manufacturer of that name springs to mind.
A Samaran rifle. How did you get hold of one?
It was sent to us by our brothers in the Sinyao commune. Military aid.
It has stayed true to him. He can still make it sing.
The Xinjiao Commune.
You heard me. It's good now. Like chalk.
La tua arma, ti è stata fedele, la mia è stata anche la mia.
Yes. I bet you've killed a lot of people with it.
Ma non sono fascista, basta.
Fascist fuck. Have you come to make me one of them?
We have come to ask you questions, nothing more. If you do not comply, we will take you in. Do you understand?
Niente. Sir, vorrei gentilmente che lasciassi andare l'arma, così che possiamo parlare. Siamo della polizia.
The lieutenant pulls his pistol from the holster.
You are a glorified night watchman. This
Un fucile di servizio.
I can only lay it down before an enemy commander of corresponding rank.
Io sono di un comandante dello stesso rank. Sì, dello stesso rango. Dello stesso rango, vabbè, capito. Mettilo giù.
The words, I am an enemy commander, sound cold as iron from your lungs. The old man still hugs his gun.
And what rank would that be, dog?
Tenente Lieutenant W. Freighter.
A big wheel of the 4th Regiment of the Pederast Army. To hell with it. It's a walking stick anyway. It's out of bullets.
Senza munizioni.
Like an amputated limb in the sand.
Per cosa... Vabbè, di recente magari aggiungerei, però per cosa hai usato
No
quest'arma?
reply. His leg twitches strangely, like a puppet on a string. There's something off. You feel it. This was the right question. You
Ok.
just...
La sua gamba tipo si è mossa.
You need to contextualize it for him first. Turn
Chi
the tape.
My
sei?
name is Josef Lilianovich Dross, Political Commissar of the 114th Anti-Aircraft Division of the 4th Army of the Commune of Revachol. I am a deserter, a partisan, and a prisoner of war. This is my termless surrender.
The commune of Revachol? Do you mean the ICM? Your holdover from the...
From the Insular Indian Citizens Militia, the army of the revolution. I was recruited in Jamrock in 07, trained in the École de Contrôle Orient, and consigned to emergency defense duties in 08. I left my unit on the eve of the landing. When I returned here on May 14th, the commune had fallen. Still armed and ideologically trained, I wrote a criticism of myself.
Quanto tempo sei stato su quest'isola?
43 years.
43 anni.
No. I've been on other islands too.
Ah, ok.
I was an resurrection until they turned
Ti
me
sei nascosto qui per 43 anni?
43 years and 10 months.
What?
It's not how a human being should live. But I had to.
Dovevo?
Couldn't just forget. I couldn't just forget what I saw.
Non potevo dimenticare ciò che ho visto.
He just couldn't.
Non potevi arrenderti.
He nods. But he can now.
What have you been doing during all this time?
Hiding, fishing, waiting.
Two police officers step out of the Whirling in Rags cafeteria. Satellite officer Jean-Vic Mayer inspects a series of burnt black letters splashed across the plaza mosaic. Patrol officer Judith Minot points west. The fishing village. She glances at her watch. We meet in 15 minutes. It's a 10-minute walk. The officers go, leaving behind...
Always waiting.
Il vecchio... Vabbè. Da... guardare la costa ritorna su di me.
To return.
Per lei?
Who?
Girl child. Revolution.
Vengo da lì. Punta l'isola principale. Te lo posso assicurare che non è ciò che le persone stanno pianificando.
I am not a fool. I know. The material base for an uprising has eroded. The working class has betrayed mankind. The historic opportunity for a revolution has passed. It will not come back anymore. However hard I try, whatever I do.
What has he done? Perhaps a confession will lighten the load.
Cosa hai fatto allora?
Yes, what? To get things going again? Fan the flame?
There is no flame to fan. There is nothing left of the world, of our dreams.
Hai detto che hai disertato la tua unità?
I was just 16 years old, 15 when I volunteered. I had a lapse of faith.
Mancanza di coraggio.
You could say
Fede,
I
fede.
misunderstood the historic role of the proletariat and thought Mazovian socioeconomics were fallible. For a second, I doubted the irreducible laws of historic materialism. A second is all it took for reaction to take hold.
Che reazione?
Petty bourgeois terror. It's in all men.
Non era una reazione, avevi solo paura. Questo devo mi spara in testa.
It's the same thing. You haven't seen it. Not really. Not naked. It's impossible not to be afraid.
And this was when?
May the 13th, 08, 44 years ago. The horizon was black with coalition airships.
Niente.
Their petroleum rose to the sky
The sole shining was dark magic.
like it formed
Magia nera.
the combined might of international capital. All at once, all huddled on the floor. The artillery was 80 kilometers away in Ozon, but I knew the commune would fall. We would all be turned into ash. So I said I was going to the map room.
A terrible shame still within him. The lobes of his ears are red with it. The shame and smallness of what he became.
No. I climbed the chain link across the water and hid inland, in the bunkers there, like the weakest of the weak. A mouse, frightened at the ordnance all night, and the sound of the rotors in the morning, whirring.
Airships, multi-roted airships used in the landing.
Aerostatics. The landing had started. I climbed out into hell. There were ships all above, hissing, whirling, and men pouring out. The chain was submerged, so I had to swim back. The fortress was half submerged too, shattered. They'd all drowned in the lower levels, or got torn to shreds above. The anti-aircraft gun had malfunctioned. So had I. I left them without ideological direction. It was real. I'd seen it. I'd seen it in reality. The mask of humanity fall from capital. It has to take it off to kill everyone. And then you see it.
Qua parla di un veterano, ovviamente. Ha perso la testa. Fallo finire.
I had to fight it. I had to never stop.
Come sei sopravvissuto l'ha già detto, però.
Anyone survived. Supplies, vegetables. I collect rainwater. It's the life of a dog, not a human being.
How is your health, Mr.
I've been throwing up blood since winter. Red, like beetroot. Been passing it in stool, too.
He does seem frail, gaunt for his age, more like 75 than 65. Trouble putting on weight could mean cancer.
The RCM can provide medical services. You need to be looked over.
I need to die. You don't have medical facilities. You have guns. That's all they give you. Toy guns.
Penso che in realtà
I haven't. I have holes in my brain. I don't even know what. Inferno?
I would imagine it gets tremendously difficult mentally to live in isolation.
Traitors. It's better alone. I watch the people. It's disgusting.
Are they not heartbroken? How could they have...
più altro oramai l'unica cosa che gli rimarrebbe sarebbe la pace della morte. Cos'è questo posto, quest'isola?
It's not an island. What? It's a defensive
Una fortificazione
fortification
difensiva.
of the commune of Revachol.
Usata per?
The congenitally deformed King Philip II built it to his coalition military called it Operation Deathblow.
Ci sono nomi su nomi, il re.
On the radio, Deathblow. You're one of them. Tell me, who speaks like that?
Prima di tutto, non sono uno di loro.
Sure you are. You're RCM. Answer me. Who calls an operation against
Militari?
Iblis? The Black-Eyed Angel.
Sono un soldato comunista. Dell'esercito comunista.
No, I am not a soldier. I am an ideological officer, trained in historical materialism. then assigned as a political commissar by the party.
Commissario politico?
The old man does not answer. He tilts his silver head.
His job was to assure the army answers to civilian control and follows the ideology of the commune.
Scientific communism. A commissaire politique is an...
Awakened from shutdown by the promise of he was like a cleric, a shepherd.
Eri come un sacerdote.
No. The opposite of that.
L'opposto.
A future human, not a...
He nods slowly. Then another tremor.
How have you concealed yourself all these
It was
years?
hard in the Thames. I didn't have partisan training.
There were posters, campaigns.
We communards still hoped, and they needed to snuff that hope out. The East capitulated. Martinez and Cold City were turned to dust. And others too. Some cordons of Revachol was still fighting. There were cells. I tried to contact them. Soon they all went silent. The frequencies dead. At night, I used a dinghy. I only went after dark then. When I got to the city, I stayed underground. Patrols, you lot, the commons too. They'd started snitching.
In the city, you move underground?
From bunker to bunker. Not anymore. No one cares now. I don't even have to hide. They think I'm another antisocial vagrant. I could walk straight into that town if I wanted. I just...
Le armi sotto Sanguilan 22B. Sei stato lì?
So you finally found it. There must have been a small squadron's worth of arms in there. Elmer Graves, right?
Erano danneggiati.
I know.
So you've been there?
Sleeping. Some nights. Ammo scrounging on others.
You feel the dots connecting. Little dots on the map he's walked across.
Perché allora non cammini in mezzo alla città?
I don't want to. They're all traitors. Pigs. Rats.
He does not want to see life moving on. People forgetting.
C'è un piccolo bunker lì dentro dell'edificio Feld. Sei stato lì?
The propaganda bunker.
Non più.
Propaganda
Ok.
bunker.
They stored leaflets there. Broadcasting equipment too. Made broadcast. A lot of our boys did. I spent some with
The old
Okay.
man looks across the water.
You say exert terminus surrender.
the RCM. The coalition appointed mob that enforces bourgeois morals in Revachol.
Stiamo provando solo ad aiutare la gente.
You're the RCM. You represent the Moralist International. The
Sono
enemy
nemici dell'umanità.
humanity who took this city. I represent their Take me to them as a prisoner of war. I have relinquished my weapon. I can no longer serve. No superiors can relieve me of my duty.
A spray of blood from his mouth.
There's nothing serious in this world. It's a farce. What have I used?
Killing people?
It's a gun. That's what they're for. I've used it to kill.
Interesting. During or after the war?
There is no after the war. Class war is never over.
So he's continued killing after hostility. This is it. You can feel it. Like battery acid on the tip of... This is what you live. The great...
Cosa sto andando a chiedergli?
Jackpot. The solution. Go in straight. No. Be careful now. Slow.
Tutti mi stanno parlando.
Remember, he wants to tell you. Get personal.
The who now?
He heard you. He just wants to hear you say it. You're in.
Cadavere in armatura di ceramica.
Oh yes, that one. Ugly piece of work, that boy.
Did you kill him?
I am a son of a welder and an officer of the commune of Revachol.
A drop of blood in the saliva. Exhaust him with proof. Pile it all on him. The scent of blood in the air. But what? Something about the tracks. Suddenly, all those tracks are so confusing. Oh, wait, here it comes. The goddamn Maybells. The dried Maybells on Clausia's roof.
Sono gli stessi fiori che c'erano qui, no?
There were Maybells in the grass when you got here. They're revolutionary symbols.
Simbolo della rivoluzione.
Nowhere else. Nowhere in all of Martinet. Wait, don't forget the footprints. The diagonal prints in the dust in the secret space behind Clausia's bedroom. Now, they're gonna come up.
Ovviamente, grazie.
You got it. Remember? Nothing else comes up. You see, the lieutenant... I'm sorry, this didn't do anything. Usually hurting yourself does.
Officer, a word?
Scusatemi.
Minions of capital. I ain't going.
Ok, proviamo a parlare. Ce la farò.
I think we may have this. From nothing to this in a day. This is good, Lieutenant Freighter. We just need a confession first, and then maybe a solid motive later. Yes, good going.
Ora ci stiamo perdendo.
Ballistics. Let him cook here for a minute or two. We can have another look around the island for a sniper's nest. I think we should check out the post.
It doesn't have to hold in court. Just establish a line of sight and...
Also, the gun. We should pick it up and discuss it in front of him. Make a show of it. Remember, he wants to tell us, but he doesn't want to help us. It needs to look like we already have everything.
There is palpable excitement in his tone.
Direi che
He likes him for...
per questo è tutto. E ci vediamo alla prossima. Vi auguro una buona giornata, una buona serata. Ci sarà poi l'interrogatorio. Si spera anche la confessione. Ciò che è realmente successo. E quindi bene. Vi auguro una buona giornata, una buona serata. E ci vediamo alla prossima. Bella.